Alright, I'm here with a brand new pickup video going over my recent finds. It's been a while since the last one, but got some interesting bundles on interesting lots here. A couple game store finds, and actually two callbacks I got from two different people at. I gave them my card at a garage sale at some point, and they finally got back to me recently. So definitely some interesting stuff, and we'll get into that now. So I got some game store finds. I frequently talk about a game store that has always been kind of weird for me. If you watched the most expensive games in my collection video from a few weeks ago, I talked about how I got Super Mario RPG from a store, the box for it for like a few dollars, and that this was a store that was just throwing away boxes and stuff. I've mentioned this store before. They're kind of a weird store. They went out of business. But then someone I knew who used to work there informed me that they reopened. Um, so at their old location. So I was like, okay, I'll check that out. And I went there, and their prices were kind of frozen in time. You could tell that I recognized some of the stock that they had, and you could tell that they stored their stock and then brought it back, but didn't reprice it. So I got some solid prices on a few things, including a game I've been trying to get for a while. Um, and yeah, let me go through them here. So I am trying to go for the full Wii U set, slowly but surely, and figured I'd cross a few off the list. These are all about half of their retail price, um, so I figured I'd cross a few of them off the list here. We got here Transformers Prime for $4.99. That one goes for about 9 to 10. Sing Party for 99 cents. This is actually a Nintendo published title. Came with a microphone, I believe, but I'm only going for complete software, at least at the current juncture. And then this one goes for about 20. You don't see this one as often. 8.99 for Watchdogs. This was a weird port of Watchdogs. It came out way later. I think Watchdogs came out in like May, and this came out in November of 2014. And it was like, by that point, no one wanted to play Watchdogs. So, by all means, I think this was a good port of the game, but just by that point, no one wanted to play it. So I don't think it sold very well. I very rarely see Watchdogs Wii U out there. And then the big one I got here is Wii Sports Club, which is one I don't see very often. This was, back when Nintendo was trying to make the Wii U try to be like the Wii and try to imitate the success of the Wii. Didn't work very well. Namco Bandai actually developed this. And you don't see physical copies of this very often because the way they did this game was that they put it out on the eShop first, I believe, and I think you got one sport for free. Forget which one, and then you could buy the other sports. They tried doing something like that, like a free-to-play model. And then they did this physical copy. This physical copy is pretty hard to come by. It goes for about $60, and they had it for $37.99. It's been climbing for a while. They actually had this copy at the store for like a long time, and I just didn't pick it up. And then the game kind of jumped up in price, and I saw this, and I thought, okay, I got to pick it up. Something funny about this game is that they just forgot to print the little thing. So like every other Wii game has this little arch there, and they just didn't print it on Wii Sports Club. I don't know. Nintendo was asleep at the wheel during the Wii U era. Weird era, but it's going to be fun going for the full set on that. I've actually, without trying, was reasonably close to it. So I figure when I see some games that I don't see very often, especially if they're like half price, I'll pick them up. So good deal there. I got what is technically a garage sale find, I suppose. So I carry around business cards that I hand out at garage sales in my wallet. You can make fun of that if you want. I found that a lot of people say, oh, I have video games, I don't know where they are, I'd like to sell them, but I don't have them with me right now. Can I write down your number? And then they'll write it down on a piece of paper, and then I'll go, they lost that piece of paper instantly, they're never going to call me. So I thought, it's like $15, and I got 10,000 business cards. So, I mean, they've already paid for themselves, or not 10,000, I think 1,000. I don't know why I said 10,000, but they already paid for themselves. I've gotten a couple callbacks from them. It's usually, even if I do give them a business card, it's maybe a 1 in 25 chance that they'll actually get back to me. But got a random text yesterday. Hey, it's with some PSP stuff. Hey, I met you earlier in the year. you said you'd want to buy some video games. Would you be interested in this? I looked at what was there. It's not an amazing lot. There's some decent stuff in it, though. I offered $30. The person was happy to take it, so we did it. So here's what I got here for $30. The best game. I'll be adding this one to my collection. I should note, I have a somewhat sizable PSP collection now, just from garage sailing, but I still don't have a PSP system. I can never find one that's in good enough shape that doesn't have the batteries exploded and the screen is obliterated, so I'm still on the lookout, but I don't have a PSP system at the moment. Ultimate Ghosts and Goblins. So this one going in my collection for sure. Kind of cool that they did this. I kind of hate Ghosts and Goblins. It's kind of a brutal game, but I guess I don't hate it, but it's frustrating. It's a frustrating game. It's brutal, but kind of cool that they did that one on PSP. It reminds me of Mega Man Powered Up on PSP, which is like a remake of a classic Mega Man game. So moving on with the PSP stuff here. Like I said, nothing fascinating, but everything was complete and in really good shape, so that's nice. Lego Star Wars 2. World Tour Soccer. Which is interesting here that this was actually published by Sony themselves. So that's kind of interesting. Oh, was 989, was that when they did sports games out of Sony Santa Monica? I don't remember. That might have been what it was. This one holds some value, so this one will definitely help recoup the cost. Tony Hawk Underground 2 Remix, so pretty good there. MVP Baseball, what year is this? Oh, just MVP Baseball, okay. Because this has the same cover. This must have been 2005. This has the same cover. Yeah, this has the same cover. I had MVP Baseball 2005 for GameCube as a kid. So I was like, this looks familiar, but Star Wars Battlefront 2. Get into the bag a little bit better. Siphon Filter Logan's Shadow with a classic buybacks sticker. If anyone from the Ohio area remembers buybacks, it was like the worst game store ever. NBA Live 08. Burnout Legends. That one feels a little light. No, that's complete. Okay. Madden 09. Not quite as good as Madden 08, but I'll take it. And then a couple PSP movies, nothing too interesting. I guess there's one that's kind of interesting. There's Vantage Point. I mean, you can't even really do anything with these. No one wants them. Zathura. Whatever. The absolute classic masterpiece, Fantastic Four. I mean, who could forget? Just the pure epicness of that one. And it's canon now. It's all canon now. It's all coming together. It's all canon now. This one was interesting to me, at least. I didn't know that they did this. So the first season, Volume 1 of SpongeBob on PSP Video even has like a different side. I don't know if they did this for like UMD videos that were TV series, or it's just SpongeBob green. Not really a color I associate with SpongeBob, but this is kind of interesting. I don't know of any other shows that they ever put on UMD. If anyone knows of any, put it in the comments. But I'll probably actually keep this. I only have a few PSP videos, but I like to keep the ones that are like kind of like, I have like Final Fantasy Spirits Within and stuff like that. Just kind of interesting to me. I mean, I'm not going to get anything for this anyway, but it goes from interesting enough, it doesn't have Help Wanted, which is the pilot. I wonder why it doesn't have the pilot on there. That's weird, but it has a decent selection of classics. But very interesting that they actually tried to do it. I don't know how many seasons, how many volumes, how many seasons they did of these, but kind of interesting that they tried to do it on PSP. Kind of ahead of its time, because I remember, shows, you could get shows on iTunes and have them on your iPod Touch. So a little bit ahead of its time. Not as ahead of its time as Game Boy Video, but I'm sure this is far more watchable. So interesting little lot all around. $30 I figured is fair. It's not spectacular. And they had no system. They didn't want to part with their system. But I might get a call back for more stuff later on. Wouldn't count on it, though. So this is a deal that I did. Got a call, I got a call actually from a guy who said he got his wife gave him my number I guess I met her at a garage sale at some point. I give my number out on a card pretty commonly and don't really get too many calls back, but this is actually one of 2 callbacks that'll come out in this video. So I guess people are trying to get rid of their stuff that they didn't get rid of at a garage sale. So I guess this guy does storage unit stuff and had a bunch of video game stuff and called me about it. He sent me some pictures. There's a bunch of like DVD players, VCRs, a bunch of Magic the Gathering cards, which I don't know anything about. And I was trying not to get that stuff because I just don't need it. I don't know what to do with it. I could probably make some money off the Magic stuff, but I don't know too much about it. I just don't want to put too much money into it or worry about it. And I can't really do anything with DVD, VCR stuff. There was like DVRs in the picture. I was like, didn't want that stuff. So I offered him $350, and I'll get into what I got here. I offered him $350 for it, and he told me, oh, I'll think about it. I'll get back to you. I was like, okay, I wouldn't be too heartbroken if I didn't get this stuff. But he got back to me the next day and said, I'll take we'll do only the game stuff for $350, and I'll keep the Magic stuff and the electronic stuff for myself. So I was like, oh, that's great. So I get to pay what I want for this stuff, and I don't have to pay for stuff that I don't want. So I'll get into the stuff I got here now. Decent amount of stuff. It's going to be a lot of work. A lot of it's very dirty. It was sitting in his garage for a while, and before that it was in a storage unit. So I got a Rock Band drum set that is missing the green pad. I don't know how that even happens. I don't know how you lose that. And then I got a Guitar Hero drum set as well. That'll probably just be trading in my local store. This was the box of controllers. A lot of these are going to just be waste. A lot of them are really rough. There was an N64 controller, but no N64 game. No N64 games or systems. So that's a bit of a shame. We got here then some cables. I'll have to go through these later. I just kind of threw all the cables in there. I'm showing you the junk stuff first before I get to the good stuff. Minimize the amount of crap stuff. So this is like my throwaway bin. This is just stuff I get with it. And I give that away to my local thrift store. They can do something with it. But try to minimize that as much as possible because you're essentially paying for junk that you don't want. So that will just be given away. Those are some portals. Sometimes I can trade those at my local store. Sometimes they're just giveaway stuff. It just depends. Wii Fit boards are also usually giveaway. Guitar Hero guitars. Got what looks like a Guitar Hero 3 guitar. Don't know what system this was for. I want to say 360 probably. And a Guitar Hero Live guitar. Original Xbox, that had the cables with it. So I put all these in to see if there's any discs in them, but there was not any discs in any of them. But they all powered up at the very least. I know that's not most of the battle. Most of the battle is the disc drive, but got a Game Informer, the Uncharted 2 edition. It was just in there. 2 PS2s, one of them was just in the door, so I'm going to probably think that one does not work. Xbox One, hopefully this one works. This will be a decent amount of my money back. 2 Wii's, I'm going to assume that one of those works, and I'd be happy if both of them did, but I'm going to just assume one of them worked. A PS3. Unfortunately, there's a little chip on that, but probably take $10 off, and someone will still buy it on eBay if it works. Other than that, PS2 like vertical stand. I think those have some value. This is the Nyko one. Someone in the comments let me know, but I think those have some value. A Super Nintendo, crappy Rock Candy nunchuck, but it was sealed. I saw those going for maybe about $12. So, see if I'll put that up and maybe do something with it. One of those electronic football things, whatever. Game Boy Advance, unfortunately, is missing the back, but you can get those kind of 3D printed. Games with it, Golf. That's a Pokemon Puzzle Masters, I think it's called. It's a Japanese import, which is kind of weird to see in there, but Pokemon Pinball, missing the cover. Pro Skater 4, Golden Sun's a good one. F-Zero, I don't have that one, so that's going to my collection. But 2002, Pro Skater 2, and Golden Sun Dark Dawn. So another good one to get there. Nothing too exciting with the games. Final Fantasy X, Kingdom Hearts, Need for Speed, some Xbox 360 games, but those are kind of water damaged. PS3 games. The disc-only games are actually probably some of the better ones. These cases are empty over here. Dragon Quest XI, Final Fantasy 15, Minecraft. Those are empty. Bloody Roar 3 disc only. Luckily that one's not too bad. Because my resurfacer is down for the count now. The rest of these aren't too important or they're going to GameStop. Star Wars lightsaber duels. Wii Sports out. It's a good GameStop one. They've been giving me like $16.90 for that in trade. So that'll be going to GameStop. Wii Sports Resort, another good GameStop. Mario Party 8, another really good GameStop one, especially if it's disc only, which this one is. So they pay the same as a game disc only as it is complete. So I think they pay $22 in trade for Mario Party 8. So one to be on the lookout for. Wipeout, it's kind of just junk. Just Dance 2. It's not too scratched. Sometimes those are good bundlers, those Just Dance games. Monopoly Family Fun Pack for Xbox One. We got here a couple of Xbox One games. Black Ops 3, which I think has some good trade value at GameStop. And Destiny, which is essentially worthless, especially disc only. So yeah, and one of the funny parts of the story, then I will tell that. There is a Super Nintendo here. There's no games with it. So there is actually a game with it. So the guy, when I'm talking to him on the phone, he's kind of describing what he has, and I'm kind of telling him like how I would do it, you know, how I would tell him what the stuff's worth, and how I would pay for it. He says, "Could you tell me about this one game? It's for the Super Nintendo, and whenever I look it up on eBay, it's either going for $15 or $400. It's called Earthbound." And I'm like, "Oh, okay. Well, the ones that are $15 are going to be fake, and the real ones are the ones that are going for about $400. So he sent me pictures, and very quickly I saw that the one that he has is fake. Not a very convincing fake. Here you can tell how glossy this label is. Look at that Nintendo. I mean, the printing is so bad there. I mean, this is not a very convincing fake, but it is a fake nonetheless. Way too glossy of a label. So I told him that. I told him, "Yeah, this is fake. Plastic doesn't feel too great." I told him, "Yeah, this is fake, unfortunately." But I offered him $350 for the stuff. So paid $350 for that. Should be, if the systems are working as I think they will be, which I think the Xbox One will work. Hopefully one of the Wii's will work. The PS3 will work, and one of the PS2s will work. The Xbox is a crapshoot. You can sell some of the games. Do some with the Game Boy Advance. I should be able to probably make a couple $100. I don't know if I'll be able to double up, but I should be able to make a couple $100. So, and get some decent trade credit stuff as well. So not too bad in my book. And it's been a slow time at the moment, so this will be pretty well appreciated. So as always, I'd like to thank you for watching. Make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. I got a lot of big videos coming out soon. Game room tour, system collection videos, all that. So keep an eye out for that. Follow me on Twitter at ObjoGaming. And leave a comment down below with what you've been picking up lately, what you thought of my pickups, whatever that may be. And until next time, thank you for watching.